right, let's jump into another deep dive. Today, we're taking a look at digital sales funnels. So basically, we're going to try to figure out how businesses are using all this technology and strategy, to kind of move you, the customer, along from just being interested in something to actually, like, buying it.
That's right.
And our trusty guide for this whole adventure is this document called digitalsalesfunnels.pdf.
Okay.
So get ready, folks. We're going to peek behind the curtain and see the wizardry that makes all those online shopping experiences tick.
You know, it's funny because these digital sales funnels,
Yeah.
they're really just built on the same basic principles that salespeople have been using forever.
Really?
I mean, think about it. Even in ancient marketplaces, you still had to attract attention, build trust, and then eventually, make the sale.
Right.
But today, well, we've just taken things to a whole new level with all this technology. We're using data, psychology to refine the whole process even more.
So it's a fusion of, like, timeless techniques combined with, like, cutting-edge tech.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this digitalsalesfunnels.pdf, it actually breaks down the entire digital sales process into 8 distinct stages.
Oh, wow. 8.
Yeah. And the very first one, lead generation, is all about just capturing attention.
Okay.
You can kind of think of it like a fisherman
Okay.
casting a wide net, trying to catch the most interesting fish.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how do these businesses actually cast their nets in this digital world?
Well, they need to offer something valuable, right, to their target audience.
Right.
Think like insightful blog posts or maybe engaging videos or even helpful ebooks.
Right.
You know, when you stumble across something online that's actually useful, you're more likely to actually, like, engage with it.
Right,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always clicking on stuff that either teaches me something new or, like, solves a problem.
Exactly. And when you engage with that content, you might subscribe to their newsletter or, follow them on social media or download a resource. And that's how they actually generate leads.
So it's not just about all those flashy ads anymore.
Yeah.
It's more about actually providing real value up front.
Precisely. And that actually brings us to the next stage, which is lead nurturing.
Okay.
So now that they have your attention, they got to build a relationship with you.
So it's like going from, like, a first date to actually dating.
Haha, that's a great analogy. They use a whole bunch of different techniques to actually nurture those leads.
Okay.
One really common one is marketing automation. This is where they basically send you a series of emails,
Okay.
like triggered by your actions.
Right.
So let's say you download an ebook about gardening.
Right.
You might start getting emails with, like, extra gardening tips, maybe some special offers on gardening tools, or even invitations to, like, online gardening workshops.
I see. So it's like they're staying top of mind, but in a way that doesn't feel like spammy.
Yeah.
It actually feels helpful and personalized.
Exactly. The whole goal is to build trust.
Right.
Establish themselves as a helpful resource so that when you're actually ready to buy something, they're the first ones you think of.
That makes a lot of sense. But, I mean, not every single lead is going to be a perfect fit for the business, right?
Yep, absolutely right.
Okay.
And that's where the next stage comes in, which is qualification.
Qualification.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do businesses decide which leads are most likely to become, like, paying customers?
Well, think about it like a dating app.
Okay.
They have these algorithms that assign points based on what you do.
Right.
So if someone is actively swiping and sending messages and updating their profile,
They're probably serious about actually finding a match.
exactly, they're more invested.
Yeah.
So businesses are doing a similar thing.
So there's, like, scoring people.
Yeah, they're using something called lead scoring,
Okay.
where they basically give points to leads based on their actions.
Okay.
So downloading an ebook, that might get you 5 points. Attending a webinar, maybe 10 points.
Requesting a demo, 20 points. Wow. So the higher your score, the more interested you seem,
Right.
the more attention the business will give you.
It's like a game, but with real business consequences.
Exactly. And to manage all this information about their leads,
Yeah.
they use what's called customer relationship management systems,
Okay.
or CRMs for short.
CRMs. Okay.
Think of it like a giant digital Rolodex
Right.
that stores every little detail about each lead, like their interactions with the business and their score.
So it helps them kind of keep track of everything and prioritize their efforts.
That's right. And when a lead hits a certain score, boom, it's time for the next stage, conversion.
Okay, things are heating up now.
Yeah.
What happens during conversion?
All right, so imagine you're thinking about buying a new car.
Okay.
You've been doing your research online, reading reviews, comparing prices.
Uh-huh.
You're pretty close to making that decision.
Right.
But you still have a few questions. Well, yeah, I probably want to take it for a test drive and, like, talk to a salesperson, really get a feel for the car.
Exactly. And in the digital world, this conversion stage is kind of all about providing those last little bits of info and reassurance
Oh.
to help you really make that decision.
All right, so what tools are businesses using during this conversion stage?
Well, one powerful one is the sales engagement platform.
Okay.
These platforms basically let businesses streamline all their communication with their leads.
Ah.
Emails, phone calls, social media interactions.
Right.
It's like having a super efficient assistant
Okay.
who helps you stay organized and on top of all those conversations.
So it's about making communication smoother and more efficient.
Exactly. And another really important part of this conversion a bunch of steps, psychological, emotional steps before they buy something. They might start off feeling kind of uncertain, skeptical. Then, as they learn more, their confidence grows. Maybe they start feeling excited, eager.
Right. So businesses need to tailor their message to kind of match those different stages.
Exactly. Imagine you're trying to convince someone to go skydiving.
Okay.
If they're terrified of heights, you're not going to start by showing them videos of people jumping out of planes, right?
No.
You're going to start by talking about the incredible views.
Right.
The amazing feeling of accomplishment they'll feel after the jump.
Your point, you got to meet people where they are emotionally
Mm-hmm.
and kind of guide them through it in a way that makes them feel comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually why businesses often use things like demos and free trials
Oh, okay.
during this conversion stage.
So they can kind of give people a taste of what it's like to actually use their product.
Exactly. It's about moving beyond theory
Right.
and actually showing them the tangible benefits.
Okay, so we've captured their attention, nurtured them.
Mm-hmm.
We've qualified the best ones.
Yeah.
And we've kind of guided them through this conversion process.
Right.
What happens next?
Well, if everything's going according to plan, the next stage is closing.
Closing. Okay.
This is where the business tries to seal the deal,
Right.
turn that lead into a paying customer.
So this is the moment of truth.
Yeah.
What are some of the key things that happen during this closing stage?
Well, first and foremost, they've got to make it easy for the customer to say yes.
Right.
And that often involves having a really clear, compelling offer.
Uh-huh.
They often use what's called proposal software to create really professional-looking documents
Okay.
that kind of outline all the details of the offer and, highlight the value the customer's going to get.
So it's about presenting everything in a way that's really easy to understand.
Exactly, easy to digest. And then to make the signing process super smooth, they often use e-signature tools.
Okay.
So you can sign contracts electronically.
Right. Right. No more printing and scanning and all that.
No more snail mail.
Much easier.
Exactly. Way more convenient. And of course, this closing stage often involves some negotiation.
Right.
Both the business and the customer want to feel like they're getting a fair deal.
It's all about finding that win-win.
Precisely. But even after the deal is closed, the journey's not over.
Oh.
The next stage is post-sale follow-up.
Okay.
And this is where the business focuses on building a really strong relationship with that new customer.
So it's not just about getting the sale.
Nope.
It's about building loyalty that lasts.
Exactly. And one of the most important parts of this post-sale follow-up stage is onboarding.
Onboarding, okay. What exactly does that involve?
So onboarding is all about making sure the customer has a really smooth and positive experience right from the get-go.
Okay.
Businesses might provide helpful tutorials, maybe offer proactive support, or even assign a dedicated account manager to walk them through those initial stages of using their product or service.
It's like having your own personal concierge
Yeah.
for your purchase.
Yeah, exactly, helping you get the most out of it.
Right.
The whole point of onboarding is to reduce any friction or frustration the customer might experience,
Makes sense.
so they can start seeing the value of their purchase immediately.
Yeah. Because a happy customer is more likely to stick around
Mm-hmm.
and tell their friends.
And that's why businesses also focus on what's called customer success
Customer success.
during this post-sale follow-up stage.
Okay, and what does that involve?
So it's about going beyond just solving problems
Okay.
and actually proactively helping your customers achieve their goals.
So it's more like being a partner than just a vendor.
Exactly. Businesses might offer personalized consultations,
Yeah.
maybe provide ongoing training,
Okay.
or even create communities where customers can connect with each other.
Right.
Share tips and best practices.
It's like creating a supportive environment where
Yeah,
everybody feels valued.
absolutely. You got it. And to make sure they're on the right track. Businesses actively seek feedback from their customers throughout this whole post-sale follow-up stage.
Right.
They might send out surveys,
Mm-hmm.
conduct interviews, or just, straight up encourage customers to share their thoughts and suggestions.
I see. So it's about creating this constant loop of feedback and improvement.
Exactly. By listening to their customers, businesses can figure out where they can do better.
Right.
Improve their products, their services, or just the overall customer experience.
And that actually leads perfectly into the next stage of this digital sales funnel,
Okay.
which is data analysis and optimization.
This is where businesses put on their detective hats.
Oh, I like that.
Right, and dive into the world of data. They use all these fancy analytics tools to track all these metrics.
Okay.
Website traffic, conversion rates, customer behavior.
So they're really trying to understand what's working, what's not, and how they can improve things.
Exactly, and one of the most powerful tools in their arsenal is A/B testing.
Okay, can you explain how that works?
Sure, imagine you're a fashion retailer,
Okay.
and you're trying to decide between two different designs for your website's homepage.
Right.
With A/B testing, you can show version A to half of your visitors
Okay.
and version B to the other half.
Oh, interesting. So you're basically running an experiment
You got it, a controlled experiment.
to see which one does better.
Exactly. And then by looking at the data, you can see which version leads to more clicks, more sales,
Right.
or whatever metric you're trying to improve.
So it's like a scientific approach to website design.
It is. And businesses use this to optimize everything from their email subject lines
Oh, wow.
to their checkout process.
So they're always experimenting and refining their approach based on the data.
Precisely. And that brings us to the final stage, which is integration of technology.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is all about using the coolest new tools to really supercharge the whole process.
You got it. Two of the biggest game changers here are artificial intelligence and unified communications.
I've been hearing a lot about AI lately.
Yeah.
How are businesses using it to actually improve their sales funnels?
Oh, in so many ways. For example, they're using AI-powered chatbots to provide customer support 24/7.
So instead of waiting on hold or sending an email, you can just get your questions answered instantly by a bot.
Exactly. And these chatbots are becoming super sophisticated. They can understand natural language, personalize their responses, and even escalate complex issues to a human if needed.
That's pretty impressive. What about predictive analytics?
Yeah, that's another big one. Predictive analytics is all about using data to forecast future trends.
Right.
So AI can analyze a customer's past purchases,
Okay.
their browsing history,
Uh-huh.
to predict what they might want to buy next.
So it's like having a personal shopper
Yeah.
that knows you better than you know yourself.
Exactly.
That's wild.
And businesses can use this information to, personalize their marketing messages, recommend relevant products, and even anticipate customer needs before they even arise.
That's incredible. Okay, so what about unified communications?
Okay, so unified communications, that's all about bringing together all your different communication channels
Right.
into one central hub.
So instead of juggling email, phone calls, text messages, video chats, you can manage everything from one single platform.
Precisely. And that has a huge impact on both customer experience and sales team efficiency.
I bet. I mean, it would be so much easier to provide really seamless, personalized support if you have all that customer info in one place.
Exactly. And for sales teams, it means they can collaborate more effectively, track their progress, respond to inquiries more quickly.
So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. And as AI and unified communications continue to, advance, we can expect even more innovation in the sales world.
Well, it definitely sounds like a really exciting time to be in sales.
It is.
But before we get too carried away thinking about the future,
Yeah.
let's just take a step back and reflect on what we've learned so far. We covered all 8 stages of this digital sales funnel,
We did.
from just getting somebody's attention to closing the deal and beyond.
And what really sticks out to me is this emphasis on personalization. It's like woven through every single stage of the funnel.
Yeah.
It's not just about, using someone's name in an email. It's about actually understanding their needs,
Right.
tailoring your approach, and delivering solutions that actually resonate with them.
It's about treating each lead like a real person,
Yeah.
not just like a number on a spreadsheet.
Exactly. And that's a powerful message for anyone, whether they're in sales or not.
It's about building those genuine connections
Yeah.
and understanding what makes people tick.
Absolutely. And another key takeaway is the importance of automation.
Okay.
It's about using technology to, streamline tasks, boost efficiency, and free up our human brains for more strategic and creative work.
So it's not about replacing humans with robots.
Right.
It's about letting humans do what they do best: connect, empathize.
Exactly. And of course, data is our compass in all of this. Data-driven decisions, they're like the foundation of any successful digital sales funnel.
It's about measuring, analyzing, constantly tweaking your approach based on what the data tells you, not just going with your gut.
Right. And finally, maybe the most important takeaway of all is the importance of that customer-centric approach. Putting the customer at the heart of everything you do, focusing on their needs, delivering exceptional value, building relationships that last.
It's about shifting from just thinking about transactions to thinking about relationships.
Exactly. And that's a lesson that goes way beyond just sales.
Yeah, it's about treating people with respect, empathy, and genuinely wanting to help them succeed. Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've explored all these different stages of the digital sales funnel, talked about some of the key takeaways from this digital sales funnels.pdf. And in the next part of our deep dive, we're going to look at some real-world examples of how businesses are actually using these digital sales funnels.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how all this theory actually plays out in practice.
I'm excited to see it.
Me too.
All right, well, stay tuned for the next part of our deep dive.
We'll be right back.
So before we dive into those real-world examples, I want to kind of circle back to something you mentioned earlier about technology. It seems like AI and unified communications are like really changing the game in sales.
Oh, they definitely are. And the cool thing is, it's not just about like automating all the tasks.
Right.
It's about actually using technology to make every part of that customer journey better.
So it's not about replacing human connection.
No.
But kind of like making those connections even more meaningful.
Exactly. Take predictive analytics, for instance.
Yeah.
AI can analyze mountains of data to predict future trends, which basically helps businesses figure out what customers need before they even know they need it.
So it's like having a crystal ball, but one that's powered by like data instead of magic.
That's a good way to put it. And then there's unified communications, which is all about making things super smooth for both customers and the sales teams. Imagine this platform that brings together email, phone calls, video conferencing, even social media, all in one place.
That sounds incredibly efficient.
Oh, it is. No more jumping between a million different apps.
Right.
And just think about how much better that makes the experience for the customer. With unified communications, you can give them that consistent, personalized support across every channel, so they always feel valued and heard.
It's about being where the customers are and making things as easy as possible.
Right, exactly. And what's really exciting is how these two things are starting to work together, AI and unified communications. Imagine AI-powered chatbots built right into that platform.
Oh, wow.
They can handle all those basic questions, freeing up the humans to deal with the more complicated stuff.
So it's like a perfect blend of efficiency and that human touch.
Exactly. Or think about sentiment analysis. AI can actually figure out how a customer is feeling.
Really?
Yeah, during a call or chat, giving those sales reps real-time insights so they can tailor their approach.
It's like having an emotional intelligence boost, but like powered by data.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. And this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
As these technologies keep getting better, who knows how they'll change things even more.
Well, it definitely sounds exciting, but let's be real. Implementing all this technology, building these digital sales funnels, it can't be easy.
Oh, you're telling me?
What are some of the challenges that businesses run into?
That's a great question. One of the biggest ones is just information overload. There's so much data out there. It can be tough to know where to even start, what to track, how to make sense of it all.
It's like drinking from a fire hose.
Exactly. You need the right tools and the know-how to actually make sense of it. And then there's the issue of data quality. If your data is wrong or incomplete, well, it can lead to some pretty bad decisions.
Garbage in, garbage out, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole integration thing. Connecting all those different systems and platforms can be a real nightmare. It's like putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle, but with software.
I bet that's a pain.
Mm.
But when it's done right, I mean, it sounds like the results can be amazing.
Oh, they absolutely can. And let's not forget about the people involved. Bringing in new technology usually means changing how people work.
It's all about managing that change.
Yeah, getting everyone on board. You got to provide the right training, make sure people understand why it's happening,
Right.
and how it all fits together.
And of course, there's the whole thing about staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Technology changes so fast. What works today might be old news tomorrow.
It's a constant learning process.
Mhm.
You got to stay informed, experiment, and be ready to adapt.
All about being willing to grow and change with the times.
Exactly. But despite all these challenges, the benefits of these digital sales funnels are too big to ignore.
Right.
When they're done well, they can really transform a business,
Mm-hmm.
leading to more efficiency, higher conversion rates, and stronger relationships with customers.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, we can't forget that it's not just about the tech.
Right.
It's about the people. Digital sales funnels work best when they're driven by a customer-centric mindset.
Mm-hmm.
A genuine desire to actually give people something valuable.
It's about combining the power of technology with that human touch.
Mm-hmm.
Empathy, understanding, making connections.
Yeah, you said it perfectly.
So how can businesses take all this theoretical stuff about digital sales funnels and actually make it work in the real world?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Uh-huh. Right.
And that's what we're going to be talking about in the final part of our deep dive. We're going to look at some real businesses
Okay.
who are using digital sales funnels to get amazing results.
Well, I can't wait.
We'll dig into some case studies, highlighting the strategies and the tools that have actually proven to be successful. We'll even talk about some of the lessons they learned along the way, the things to watch out for.
Okay. That sounds great. So stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back with more on digital sales funnels. Okay, I'm ready for those real-world examples. You must have some good ones.
Oh, I do. Let's start with a small business.
Okay.
A bakery, actually.
Oh, I love bakeries.
Right. So they wanted to increase their online orders,
Mm-hmm.
and they figured out this really clever way to combine Instagram
Okay.
with email automation.
Right.
So they started by posting all these mouth-watering pictures and videos of their stuff on Instagram,
Yeah.
and they were smart about it. They targeted their ads to people who live nearby and, had a sweet tooth.
So they knew their audience.
Exactly. And to get people's email addresses, they ran contests and giveaways.
So they used social media to generate those leads.
Exactly. And then they set up these automated emails
Okay.
to welcome new subscribers, tell them the story of the bakery, offer special discounts, and kind of nudge people towards their online ordering platform.
So they nurtured those leads, gave them something valuable, built that trust before going for the sale.
Right. Textbook digital sales funnel strategy. And guess what? It worked. Their online orders went up by 40% in just 3 months.
Wow, that's impressive. So you don't need a huge budget or fancy technology to make this stuff work.
Nope.
Okay, what about a bigger company? What's an example of how they're using these digital sales funnels?
All right, so there was this software company.
Okay.
They wanted to get more people who are using their free trial to actually become paying customers.
Right.
But they realized that their onboarding process, the experience people had when they first started using the software, was kind of clunky.
Oh, okay. So they had leads coming in, but not enough of them were actually converting to paying customers.
Exactly. They had this leaky funnel. So they decided to completely revamp their onboarding experience.
Right.
Using personalized emails, interactive tutorials, and proactive support. They really went all in on customer success.
I like that.
Yeah. So when someone signed up for the free trial, they got this welcome email that highlighted the features that would be most useful to them.
So they were already personalizing the experience right from the start.
Right. And then they sent out these step-by-step tutorials that showed people exactly how to use the software.
So they were removing any obstacles, making it super easy for people to actually experience the value of the software.
Exactly. And they even set up this system that would alert their support team
Okay.
if a user got stuck or seemed like they were about to give up.
Oh, clever.
Yeah. That way, they could jump in and offer help before the person got frustrated and left.
It's like having a personal guide right there with you. So did all of this actually make a difference?
Big time. Their conversion rate, the number of people who went from the free trial to actually paying for the software, it jumped from like 10% to 25%.
Wow, that's a huge improvement. So they fixed those leaks in their funnel and saw some serious growth.
Exactly.
So from all these real-world examples, what are some of the big takeaways? What can we learn from these businesses?
Well, the first thing is there's no magic formula.
Right.
The best approach is going to be different for every business. It depends on what you're selling, who you're selling to, and what you're trying to achieve.
So don't just copy what someone else is doing. You got to figure out what works for you.
Exactly. Another key thing is testing and experimenting. You got to be constantly measuring, analyzing, tweaking things.
Right, because what works today might not work tomorrow.
Exactly. And most importantly, don't forget about the human side of things.
The human touch.
Yeah. Technology is great, but it should always be about making those human connections stronger.
Using it to build relationships, deliver value, and create a really personalized experience.
Absolutely.
It all comes back to that.
It does.
Well, I feel like we've learned so much in this deep dive. We've gone through all the steps of the digital sales funnel, looked at real-world examples, and even talked about how technology is changing the game.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. I feel like I have a much better understanding of how all this works now.
I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully everyone listening has picked up some useful insights too.
I'm sure they have. And for those who are feeling extra curious and want to learn even more about something specific, send us your sources, and we'll be happy to dive in with you. We're always here to help you navigate the world of information and find those nuggets of knowledge. So until next time, happy exploring.